Welcome, my name is Lea Diane, and this is an all levels yoga flow class. We're going to begin seated here on our mat, sitting up straight and tall, lengthening through our spine. We'll allow the back of our wrists to rest on our knees, and we'll begin by closing our eyes. Breathing in through our nose and exhaling through our mouths. Bringing awareness into our bodies and connecting with our breath, finding our space here on our mat, turning our energy inward. With each inhale, think of creating more length through your spine. With each exhale, think of releasing tension from your body. So inhale, lengthening. Exhale, releasing tension. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Exhale, release. Last inhale. And exhale. Your next inhale, you can open your eyes and reach your arms all the way up toward the ceiling. On the exhale, we'll press our palms to heart center, then take another sweeping wide inhale, reaching our arms up. On the exhale, dropping the right arm, reaching over with the left, so we're lengthening to the left side, looking up toward the ceiling. Inhale up through center, exhale, switching sides, dropping the left arm, reaching over with the right. Good. Inhaling up through center. On the exhale, adding a twist, we'll bring the left hand to the right knee, bring your right arm behind your back. Inhale, lengthening your spine. Exhale, twist and look over the right shoulder. Good. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, switching sides, bring the right hand to the left knee, left arm behind your back. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. Inhaling back up through center. Keep your arms reaching up toward the ceiling. Switch the cross of your feet. On the exhale, we'll fold forward. Then walk your hands over to the right side. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Walking your hands over to the left side. Inhale for length. Exhale, fold. Good. Walking your hands back through the center, coming back all the way up toward yourself. Inhale, reach your arms up toward the ceiling. Exhale, pressing your palms to heart center. Then release your hands to your knees. We'll inhale, draw our chest forward, looking up toward the sky. Exhale, pull your navel to your spine, rounding through your back. Inhale, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale, lift, look up. Exhale, navel to spine. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, reach our arms all the way back up. Let's switch the cross of our legs one more time. This time on the exhale, dropping your hands to your ankles. We'll inhale, draw the chest forward, rock over to the right, then toward the back side on the exhale, making big circles with our hips. So inhale toward the front, exhale toward the back. So you should feel lengthening to the sides of your bodies. Big deep breaths here. We'll take 2 more rotations. And then we'll switch directions. So still inhaling toward the front, exhale toward the back edge. Big circles here. And again, last 2 rotations. just warming up our core. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Tuck your knees into your chest. Bring your hips to feet parallel. And then rock forward, bending your elbows, straightening your legs. We'll rock gently side to side, folding forward. And your knees can be slightly bent here. So if you can't get your legs all the way straight, you can keep a bend as you rock it out side to side. Otherwise, legs are straight and we're just rocking it out. Good. Releasing your hands to the mat. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Straighten your legs if you can. Exhale, fold forward. And walk your hands to the front of the mat and step your feet back into a plank. Hugging your elbows into your sides for chaturanga, bottom of a push-up. Inhale, lifting your chest for upward dog. And on the exhale, lifting your hips, pressing back to downward dog. Taking a few breaths here. See if you can sink your heels a little bit closer to the ground. Maybe bending one knee or the other. Maybe twisting through your shoulders a few times. Think of lengthening through your spine. Good. And bend your knees and step or hop to bring your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And on the exhale, pressing your palms to heart center. Let's try that again. Big inhale, reach your arms up. On the exhale, swan dive, so chest first, all the way down, reaching for your toes. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening through your spine. Place your hands on the mat and step or hop back into a plank. On the exhale, hugging your elbows into your sides for chaturanga. Inhale, lifting your chest, upward dog, and on the exhale, lift your hips, press back to downward dog. And just taking a few breaths here. See if you can sink your heels a little bit closer toward the ground. See if you can find a little bit more length through your spine. Maybe even lift your toes if you have the space. Then look to the front of the mat, bend your knees and step or hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, press your palms to heart center. And release your hands to your sides for another big, wide, sweeping inhale. And on the exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Place your hands on the mat, step or hop back into a plank. Hug your elbows into your sides for chaturanga. Inhale, lifting your chest, upward dog. Take a moment to pause here and just drop your hips to each side, softening through your elbows, looking toward the opposite shoulder to open up through your chest and your upper back. Good, then tuck your toes under. Lift your hips and press up into downward dog. Let's take an inhale, looking toward the front of the mat, stepping or hopping to bring your feet between your hands. This time, squeeze your legs together. Bend through your knees, and on the inhale, reach your arms up for chair pose. See if you can sit your hips a little bit lower. Reach your arms a little bit higher. Good. On the exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or hop back into a plank. Bend your elbows, hug them into your sides for chaturanga. Inhale, lifting your chest, upward dog. And on the exhale, pressing back to downward dog. On the inhale, lift the right leg all the way up, three-legged dog. Bend through your knee and draw a few circles on the ceiling with the right knee to open up through your hip. Okay. Then take those circles in reverse. Inhale, extend the right leg all the way up. On the exhale, step forward between your hands. Flatten through your back heel. On the inhale, reach your arms up for warrior one. On the exhale, warrior two, bringing your arms out to the sides. Maybe bend a little bit deeper through your front knee, warrior two. Then flipping your right palm, reach forward, up and back, reverse warrior, lengthening through the right side. Good. Cartwheel your right arm forward all the way down to the mat. Gradually begin to straighten through the front leg for triangle. Another option here is to just come to your shin, so you can't quite reach the ground. Otherwise, here, triangle. We're reaching up, looking over the top arm. Good. Keeping both legs straight, reverse triangle, reaching up and back, lengthening to the right side. And then cartwheel all the way back down. Flow through one vinyasa here so that you meet back in downward dog. Awesome. Switching to the opposite side. Inhale, extend the left leg all the way up, three-legged dog. Then bend through your knee and draw a few circles on the ceiling to open up through your hip. And then try those circles in reverse. Good. Inhale, extend the left leg all the way up. On the exhale, step forward between your hands. Flatten through your back heel for warrior one. On the inhale, reaching your arms up. And on the exhale, warrior two, bringing your arms out to the sides, maybe bending a little bit deeper through your front knee. Good. Flipping your left palm, reach forward, up and back, reverse warrior, lengthening to the left side. And then cartwheel that left arm forward, come all the way down to either your shin or to the mat for triangle on the left. Looking up over that right arm up toward the ceiling. Okay, but inhale, reach the left arm all the way up and back, reverse triangle, lengthening to the left side. And then cartwheel all the way back down to the mat, stepping back into your plank. Again, flowing through one vinyasa to meet back in downward dog. Awesome. Take a big step forward with your right foot so that you pivot over to the left side, opening up through your hips. We're going to walk our hands forward. Inhale to lengthen our spine, and on the exhale, fold forward. Good. If you can get your elbows to the ground, press your palms together, and then bring your thumbs toward the back of your neck. And release, walk your hands over to the right side. And then over to the left side. Okay, coming back to the center, place the left hand below your forehead, reaching up with the right to add in a twist. Twisting and looking up over the right arm up toward the ceiling. Maybe even sweep the right arm behind your back and catch your left thigh. and then release the right hand down to the mat. Replacing the left, we'll inhale, reach up with the left arm, twisting and looking up toward the ceiling. And then again, maybe bend the left arm behind your back, see if you can catch the right thigh. See if you can twist a little bit deeper toward the ceiling. Good, and then keep that left arm there. See if you can fold forward and then sweep the right arm behind your back and see if you can catch the opposite thigh. Good, and then release. We're going to grab both big toes. Take an inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, folding forward. And then release. Bring your hands to your lower back. Inhale, lift all the way up to standing. We'll reach your arms all the way up toward the ceiling. Reach as high as you can and then press your palms down to heart center. We'll heel toe our feet a little bit closer together so that when we bend our knees line up with our ankles, coming into goddess pose. Then inhale, sweep your arms wide, making kind of goalpost arms here. See if you can sit your hips a little bit lower. And then take an inhale and reach your arms all the way up toward the ceiling. On the exhale, sweep them behind your back and see if you can press your palms together in reverse prayer. So reverse prayer is just this behind your back. See if you can sink a little bit lower. Then lift your right heel, lower it down to the mat, and then lift the left heel and just alternate sides. Good. So 2 more lifts on each side. Then straighten through your legs. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale again, folding forward, this time walking your hands beneath you. Heels are going to line up with your toes so that your hips are open and not externally rotated. Folding forward, so you're stretching through your hamstrings. Good. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. Step back into your plank. Hugging your elbows into your sides for chaturanga, bottom of a push-up. Inhale, lifting your chest, upward dog, and on the exhale, right back to downward dog. And look to the front of the mat, bend your knees and step or hop to bring your feet between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Then inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, pressing your palms to heart center. So our feet are hips width apart. We're going to shift our weight onto our left leg. Bring our left hand to our hip. See if we can tuck our knee into our chest. Maybe open out to the side. Maybe even grab your big toe on that right foot and extend through that leg. Ooh. Good, then bend through the right knee, place the right ankle on top of the left thigh, and see if you can open up through your hip. Good, maybe even sweep the right arm behind your back and see if you can catch your left elbow, or maybe even catch that left foot. Other options. Otherwise, you're here. And then keep that catch with that left hand. See if you can straighten through that right leg. From the side, it will look like this. And then reach out with the right arm and look over the right shoulder. And then sweep the right leg back behind you, catch the inside edge of your foot, and maybe shift into dancer on the left. And then go ahead and release. Come back to standing, switching to the opposite side. We'll lift the left leg, opening up through the knee, out to the left side, or you can catch the inside edge of that foot or big toe, and then look over the right shoulder. Good, wherever you're at, bend through that knee and place it on top of your right thigh. Sweep the left arm behind you, see if you can catch your elbow, or maybe even catch the inside edge of that foot. Okay. Then use your right hand to catch the outside edge of your foot and then straighten through that leg. So, look like this. And then reach out with the left arm. If you wanted to modify this, you could just bend through your knee, that would be okay. Here. Wherever you're at, sweep the left leg back behind you. See if you can catch the inside edge of your foot and shift right over into dancer on the right. And then slowly release. Coming back to hips width apart. Take a big inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, folding forward. We'll flow through one vinyasa here. So we end up right back in our downward dog. We're going to take our right hand and reach toward our left ankle so we come to a twist. Then bend through your right knee. See if you can take the weight out of that right foot, maybe even lift your toes off of the ground. And then release. Let's try the other side. So coming back through downward dog. Left hand comes to your right ankle. See if you can lift that left foot, maybe just your heel, twisting and looking under the right arm, and maybe lifting those toes. Maybe. Okay. Go ahead and release. We're going to walk our hands back toward our feet, step our feet a little bit wider apart, bend our knees to come to a yogi squat. See if you can lift your chest a little bit more, opening up through your hips, widening through your knees, lifting your chest. Good. Then place your hands on the mat, lift your hips. See if you can shift forward into Bakasana or crow balance. Awesome. Then bring your feet back to the mat, coming to a seat on your mat. We're going to lift our toes, see if we could come to a boat pose. So boat pose modification here, knees bent. You can straighten through your legs for the full variation or release your hands to make it a little bit more challenging. Full variation. Bend through your knees, bring the soles of your feet together. See if you can straighten through your legs for a wide-legged boat variation. Lifting your chest and looking up toward the ceiling. Good. See if you can release the left hand and float for a moment. Then recatch that foot. And then release the right hand. Float for a moment. And then recatch that foot. We'll try that one more time on the left. Float. Catch your foot. One more time on the right. Catch your foot. Bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet together, coming to cobbler's pose. We'll inhale to lengthen through our spine. On the exhale, bring our chest toward our toes, but keep our spine lengthened. So you might not be able to fold forward very far, and that's okay. You can bring your elbows onto the inside of your shins to open up through your hips, bringing your knees closer to the ground, and then maybe rock side to side. See if you can find some more space to open up your hips. Good. Come back through neutral. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, begin to fold forward. This time we're going to allow our back to round so that we can bring our forehead toward our toes and stretch and lengthen through our lower back. Straighten through the right leg. Pull that left leg in a little bit closer. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, begin to fold forward. If you can, grab that foot. Maybe see if you can grab your right wrist and fold a little bit deeper. And if you didn't quite make it that far, you can just grab anywhere along your leg. Begin to pull your chest forward. Eventually, you'll fold forward. And release. We're going to open that right leg out to the right side. Inhale, reach up and over with the left arm. So now we're lengthening to the left. See if you can catch your toes. But if not, just reaching as far as you can with that left arm. The right hand is going to come to your left thigh and press it closer to the ground. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up. Bring that right leg back into the center. We'll switch sides. So we're going to bend through the right knee. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Awesome. Inhale, lift your chest, open the left leg out to the left side. We'll inhale, reach up and over with the right arm. So we're lengthening to the right. Maybe take the left hand and sweep it to the inside of your right thigh. Open up your hips a little bit more. Maybe even catch that foot. And then release. Let's open up through both of our legs. So we're opening up through our hips. Bring our hands into the outside edges of our thighs. Flex through our feet. On the inhale, lifting our hips and then pressing them forward to open a little bit deeper. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up toward the ceiling. Exhale, bring them down to the ground as you begin to fold forward, bringing your chest toward the ground. Good. Think of externally rotating your thighs so that you're continuing to open up through your hips instead of allowing them to roll inward. As you begin to walk your fingers a little bit further, see if you have any more space. Awesome. Good. Walk your hands back in toward yourself. Let's bring our legs together. Staff pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Good. Inhale, release. We're going to bend through our knees and come down onto our mat. Think of lengthening through your lower back. Take a moment to reach your arms overhead and then just drop your knees side to side. Good. Extend your right leg all the way up toward the ceiling. You're going to bend through your knee and place the right ankle on top of your left thigh.
Then drop both knees over to the left side. Try to keep your right shoulder on the mat, and if you need to lift your hips to allow more space, you can. As we twist, and then look over the right shoulder. And then go ahead and come back through the center. We'll switch to the opposite side. So extending the left leg up toward the ceiling, bend your knee. Place that left ankle on the outside edge of your right knee. Then drop your knees over to the right side. And again, if you need to lift your hips or your chest, twist a little bit deeper. Twisting and looking over the left shoulder. Go ahead and release, tuck your knees into your chest. We're going to draw circles on the ceiling with our knees, opening our knees wide and then bringing them back to the center. Big circles here. Take those circles in reverse. Awesome. Lowering your feet onto the mat. Bring your arms along your sides. On the inhale, roll your shoulder blades under and lift your hips up toward the ceiling for a low bridge. You can even interlace your fingers behind your back if you have any more space. Good. And inhale, lift the right leg all the way up. Bend the knee, place it on top of the left thigh, and then press your hips a little bit higher up toward the ceiling. Release the right leg. Let's try the same thing on the opposite side. So left leg lifts, bend the knee, left ankle on top of the right thigh. Press your hips all the way up. Good. And then release. All the way back down. Release your hands. Tuck your knees into your chest. This time keep them together as you draw circles on the ceiling, massaging through your lower back. And then take those circles in reverse. Awesome. Lower your feet onto the mat. We're going to press up into one more bridge. So inhale, lift your hips, or if you're ready for full wheel, you can jump into that. Placing your hands above your shoulders. Inhale, press up toward the ceiling. Think of shifting your weight over your wrists. You can walk your hands a little bit closer to your ankles, and then inhale, press up. Okay, come all the way back down. Grab the outside edges of your feet for happy baby and rock gently side to side. Okay, try rocking forward and back. So you're massaging and lengthening through your entire spine. Okay. Then straighten your legs up toward the ceiling. Bring your arms along your sides. On the inhale, lift your hips up overhead. Bring your hands to your lower back and come up into a shoulder stand. Maybe allow your toes to drop overhead for plow pose. You can keep your hands on your lower back, or you can interlace your fingers and straighten your arms. Maybe roll your shoulder blades under a little bit further. And you can also bend your knees for ear pressure pose. And release your hands, place them on your lower back. Roll all the way back down, grab the outside edges of your feet again, back to your happy baby. Rocking side to side. Maybe even straightening through your legs for a wide leg variation of your happy baby. Awesome. Tuck your knees back into your chest. Let's turn all the way over onto our belly. We're going to bend through our knees, reach back and see if we can catch our ankles. Then on the inhale, lift your chest, kick your feet into your hands. See if you can rock forward and back. Bending through your knees. See if you can press the top of your feet toward the ground. You're opening up through your hips, stretching through your knees, lifting your chest. And then release. Bring your forearms onto the mat. Elbows should be in line with your shoulders. On the inhale, draw your chest forward, looking up toward the ceiling. So we're in our Sphinx pose here, opening up through our upper back, finding a little bit more space. Good. Then place your hands on the mat. Lift your hips and sink back into a child's pose. You can spread your knees a little bit wider on the mat. Bring your hips toward your heels and drop your chest forward. And walk your hands over to the right side. Place the left hand on top of the right. Maybe interlace your fingers. Try to keep your hips low. Find all this length through your left side. And then walk your hands over to the left side. Place the right hand on top of the left. And again, keeping your hips low. See if you can sink a little bit closer to the ground. Coming back through the center, we'll interlace our fingers, create a nice foundation here. Elbows or shoulder width apart. We'll lift our hips and place our head right up against our hands. See if we can lift our hips and walk our toes forward, and you can stay right here. Or if you'd like to lift up into a headstand, you can. And then slowly lower all the way back down. Place your hands on the mat, lift your hips, press up into a downward dog and shake it out. Okay. Step or hop to bring your feet between your hands, coming back onto your back. Just left space here. Okay. We'll inhale, reach our arms overhead if you have any more space. Find a little bit more length here. On the exhale, we'll bring our arms to our sides. We'll transition into Shavasana from here, just melting into our mat, taking a few moments to clear our mind, releasing any remaining tension in our bodies into the ground, and resting in Shavasana. Beginning to awaken from Shavasana, you can open your eyes, bring a little bit of feeling and life into your fingers and toes. Gently tuck your knees into your chest, gradually rock side to side, and then take a moment to rest on the right. Gradually make your way back into a seat on your mat. Finishing right where we started in a simple cross-legged pose. If your hips are feeling more open and you'd like to take this to a half or full lotus, you're more than welcome to. So half or full lotus. Likewise. Take one last deep inhale, reaching our arms all the way up toward the ceiling. On the exhale, we'll press our palms to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me. It was my honor and privilege to guide you in your practice. Have a beautiful and blessed rest of your day. Namaste.